we stayed up in this mountain for 22 days. That's where the 900-yard shot happened on a big ambush. Terrorists had gone up into this little oasis of a village up in the mountain. These guys decided to just go take it over. So they go up and essentially kill all the villagers. And it was such a profound sort of wrongdoing.
Well, Chris, let's move into your final op. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I know this is heavy for you.
Thank you. So it started actually kind of a cool story. Wasn't supposed to be there. So I made a decision to get out when I was in the middle of my previous deployment in Somalia. I was a team leader at this outstation, and we were pretty remote out there. We're doing some cool shit. We stayed up in this mountain for 22 days. That's where the 900-yard shot happened on a big ambush.
Oh, yeah. Hey, tell that. We got to hear that one. Sorry. We got to hear that one first.
It was outside of our normal operation deck, but these ISIS Somalia / Al-Shabaab terrorists had gone up into this little oasis of a village up in the mountain. It was nice. It had a waterfall, date trees. It was really green, just in the middle of a desert with nothing else. And so, some people have been living in this village for decades, and this place since has become sort of a safe haven for bad guys to go, almost like it's like a vacation spot or something, because it's nice up there. So these guys decided to just go take it over. So they go up and essentially kill all the villagers, and move them out of there, just essentially take over the spot. Of like, cool, it's ours now. We're gonna relax here. And it was such a profound sort of wrongdoing that we got approved to go up there and clear them out. So we go up there. It's a long planning process to get it all. I mean, we were getting like Humvees from Dermo and repurposing them and getting them ready and going up there and training, for a long time. And we went up there, and we've had partner force vehicles in front of us, and we anticipated an ambush, and then there was this big ambush. To get up there was on these like really tight switchbacks, so they're taking a lot of time, and so IEDs were placed up there, and one of the partner force trucks got blown up and flipped over. So we've got now our team corpsmen and medics and stuff over there working on those guys, and we're stuck on this switchback, just getting lit up from RPGs and PKM and AK from somewhere. And some of them are like, where are these coming from? So we had some turret guns, we had some 40 Mike guns up on the Humvees that were just super powerful, weapons. And so we were able to suppress that, pretty comfortably. But while that was all going on, we're still getting all these pop shots on the trucks from somewhere. And the guy's like, where is this from? So I'm like, fuck, I hop out of we're stuck. We're not moving right now. So the guys are just staying inside because you can see them landing around us. So and there's this big like ridge off to my left side. And we're driving up around the switchbacks. So I go, man, and I just happen to always carry my 300 Win Mag, and I used to get made fun of for carrying it up in the mountains because it's just huge. So I had other buddies of mine like, God damn it, that fucking thing keeps bonking me in the helmet and shit. And I'm like, well, walk away from me somewhere, I'm carrying this thing because I actually, there was another op where I used it, and we killed some bad guys that were launching mortars on us, 4 of them. And I'm like, I'm the guy who got to go do that because I had the long gun, So it was always worth it to me, hucking that thing around. This is my favorite gun, 300 Win Mag. And so I pull that thing out of the back of the truck. I get it kind of set up. I had a big pouch full of rounds, and I go get under the hood of the thing, and we got a turret gunner up there, another guy that passed away from a brain tumor after I got out. And so, but at that time he was up there on the turret, and we had suppressed the fire. There wasn't much going on anymore except for these guys shooting pop shots, and I thought it might be from up there, 900 yards up on this ledge. So I get out and go, hey, dude, Zach, can you spot me? I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna look up there. So I look up there. I go, there's 6 guys up there. I can see their little heads, and they're like shooting AKs over at us. Not very effective though. It's still landing around us, but it's 900 yards away. Our AKs, And I'm like, all right, dude, I'm gonna start shooting back. So I start loading rounds, and I'm like, if I miss over the top, it's just little, heads. And so I'm like, and they're gonna snap over, and those guys, they're gonna go off, right? I'm like, that's fine, maybe that'll work. But instead, I start like, I'm gonna take my first shot and intentionally kind of miss a little bit low so I can mark it on the rocks. And by the way that the wind was blowing towards them, that they might not have heard that, So that's what I did. And then I would kind of zero it in and then shoot at one of them. And then they'd all duck back, and I'd be like, hey, did I get him? And he's like, no, I don't think so. So I kind of was like, all right, well, that's suppressed. They're good. But then every time they came back and started shooting more. So I just keep doing my best. And, then eventually he's like, you got that dude. You got that dude, and, I don't like the language sometimes out of ego to go like the pink, mist or whatever. But that was the sort of, he thought he saw that. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, well, fuck, I'm looking. Are they coming back? He's like, no, they're not coming back this time. So they stopped. So I didn't know. We didn't know really. So I put the gun away. We get everybody kind of wrapped up. Those guys survived in that truck. So the IED was in this plastic jug and it went low order. So it didn't explode all the way. So we get back in. We move into the camp. We take over some buildings, make it our jock, and then we spend the next 22 days doing little operations like sniper ops up there, trying to get the bad guys. We're having mortar fights and stuff like that. And then eventually get enough of them to where we're like, hey, now we're going to introduce those villagers back up into there. And so we start doing that. That was an awesome time. They were like so happy. They kind of started moving back in, and then the partner force kind of took over that spot for the next few years, I think. I heard that eventually it got taken back over, but I'm not sure about that. So we did some good for a short amount of time, at least.
Nice.
And we came back down there, and that was that deployment. So the way that was confirmed was that, you can capture with your ISR like some of their chatter on radios, and they're chattering about, hey, there's a sniper when we're in the firefight shooting at us. Later on that night, we're listening to Terps like, hey, I've been listening, and they're talking about going up there and getting, what's his name, that sniper shot. So we're watching them, and they go up there and they get this guy and they drag him down, and that's kind of a confirmation.
Damn.
And so, I had a really awesome platoon chief then was like, dude, I'm going to write this up. It's pretty cool, so I'm going to write it up. So he did that. And that's how I got that one.
Fucking A, man. That's cool.
Yeah, it was one of the cooler experiences. So yeah, where were we before that story?
No matter where you're watching Shawn Ryan Show from, if you get anything out of this, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, please leave us a review on Apple and Spotify podcasts.